Let's see. Hey, Bob. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, how
Hi,
are you?
Tito.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. I was in the neighborhood. I was thinking it's noon, so would you be up for let's grab a barbecue at Hill Country or
Sounds good.
something like that.
And it's Friday too.
And it's Friday, but I can't stay too long. So, what do you have going on? You're
Okay.
watching some.
Let me show you what we have going on today at Rhapsody. I'm actually watching golf. Is what I was doing. I was watching the LPGA.
You can't go out, huh?
And so what I was doing was watching golf, but I was also listening to the Magico speakers.
Uh-huh.
These are the Magico S1 speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the beginning of the S series. The S series is comprised of the S1s, which are these, and then we have S3s and S5s. So I'll show you a little bit about that later. And so the great part about Magico speakers, and by the way, Rhapsody is the New York State Magico dealer. We're the only dealer in New York for Magico products.
Since when did it happen?
And that happened just recently.
Okay.
And with that, we have a lot of things going on. I'll tell you a little bit more about it later, but it's very exciting for us here to be the Magico New York dealer and New York, not only New York City, but New York in general. So here we have the S1s, and the great part about the S1s is, and the whole S series of Magico, is they're very easy to drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest thing. You can use a small receiver, or you can use an integrated amplifier. You can also use tube amplifiers or bigger amplifiers, but the biggest thing is they're very easy to drive. One little electronic integrated amplifier does the trick, and the speakers. Another big advantage of the S series especially is that they're sealed box enclosures. And so being sealed, you can put them right up against the wall.
Uh-huh.
A lot of speakers you have to have away from the wall.
Right.
And 2, 3, 4, 5 feet out into the room. Where Magico speakers, especially because they're sealed boxes, they can be right up against the wall, and which is great for New York City apartments or New York dwelling.
I hear you.
Especially. So this is the S1s. I'll just show you real quick. They have a tweeter and a mid-range,
Uh-huh.
and then no porting, completely sealed box, and they come in all different types of colors. There's 6 different M-cast colors. This is the M-cast finish, and there's also a glossier finish called M-coat, and so multiple colors. So
all right.
The beginning of the line, and then if we want to go into the other room here,
Okay. All right.
I'll show you.
What do you have?
I was just moving some of the Magico speakers around.
Okay. So I caught you at a bad time, it seems.
Right?
You weren't done with them yet.
And in this room, we have the Magico S3s. These are the S3s, and they're the bigger brother to the S1s that we just looked like. These have very similar tweeter, mid-range, and then they have 2 bass drivers as well, but also a sealed enclosure. In this room, we have them out away from the wall just because we have a lot of things in here, and we use them with the TV screen that comes out of the ceiling. But in fact, they can be up against the wall just like the S1s we showed there. So it depends whatever somebody wants to do.
All right, let me back out a little bit so I can take a fuller shot. But so if that's the S3s, then what's beside that?
Yeah, and so
Actually,
the
no,
S3s,
yeah.
and then these are the Q3s.
Yep.
The S3 sister.
Uh-huh.
The S's and their Q sister. The Q line is comprised of the Q1s, the Q3, the Q5, and the newly announced Q7 Mark II. And they're all very similar. What you end up when you move up to the Q series of Magico, you can't really see it. If you look at this cabinet, it looks pretty similar to this or other cabinets. But what I urge you to do is go on the Magico website and look at the internal structure of the Magico Q series. You'll find a labyrinth of all types of stainless steel rods connecting the aluminum enclosure, and they do finite element analysis and making sure with the analysis they do for heat and energy dissipation from the cabinet that it is basically inert. I mean, it's like a rock. I mean, it's like a bank ball. And so what you have with the Q series, and if you go to the Q5, they're a little bigger, and the Q7s are a little bigger. These weigh 250 pounds. The Q5s weigh about 400 pounds a piece, and the Q7s are 750 pounds. And so we have the whole family of Q, and then we have the whole family of S series, 2 complete lines, and that's what is in the Magico lineup at this time, the S series and the Q series. So
Well, too bad I came in a little early. I think you're not done setting them up, so we wouldn't be able to listen. But then I probably would have skipped my lunch if I started listening to this. So
exactly, you probably
yeah,
listen all afternoon.
yeah.
So, in fact, that's about it for the Magico line that we have here. The only thing I would add about Magico is over the next couple of months, we actually have a pair of Magico Q5s, the next line that will be here shortly. And then we're in process right now of trying to figure out the newly announced Mark II of the Q7s. And we're going to be also having those maybe sitting right back here. The next time you come, I hope to have them, although it's going to be a couple month lead time on the Q7 jet. But we're really going to have the whole Magico line here for people to come in and listen and enjoy themselves and pick the one that they like the best.
Whoa, sounds exciting. Yep. So a couple of months, but I think I'll be here before that. In the meantime, let's probably go grab some barbecue.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Bob.